how to explain it. I'm feeling a bit, I actually don't know how to explain it. Like, something's, I want to change, something's got to change. I'm obviously very overweight, but I was at one point 6 stone heavier than I am now. And when we were trying for William and we were going for fertility treatment, I had to lose, it was a grand total of 8 stone. I'd initially been told 5, but then we moved county and their criteria was different, so I had to lose 8 stone. And as I've mentioned before, I did have a gastric band because I'd spent years losing 2 stone, putting on 3, losing 4 stone, putting on 3, losing 5 stone, putting on 6, and you know, and it's kind of gone like that for years, and never even thought about it being anything to do with the thyroid. But I'm not going to blame the thyroid completely, because it's not impossible to lose weight with it, but God, does it drip off. Because even with the gastric band, I was like so in the zone because we so desperately wanted a baby. If it didn't happen, it would be my fault because I hadn't lost the weight. And that was going to be, I mean, I'd have to carry that around forever, being the reason that we're childless. And I so wanted it. So I was in that gym. I'd work all day, work till 6, and then go straight to the gym from work. Used to go 3 times a week in the beginning, then 4, and towards the end I was going 5 or 6 times a week. I'd even gone twice some days in one day. This is why I hate the gym. I mean, there were times over the 3 years it took me to lose the weight that I would sit in the car park and just cry because I didn't want to go in, or I'd come home. I'd worked out so hard sometimes I'd just fainted. I'm not a natural at the gym. One day I actually fell over on the treadmill and my headphones came shooting out and hit somebody that was next to me running on the machine rather than walking fast like I did. And I just slithered off the end of the machine. And for a minute there, I just was tempted to just keep my eyes shut and pretended I'd collapsed. So anyway, that was embarrassing. But the point is, even with going to the gym, all of that time, and eating really quite well. Well, I say eating really quite well, but the last few months I didn't eat too well because I was hardly eating anything to the point of passing out, which was quite frustrating for Andrew, who, even though he was a firefighter, was also a fitness instructor, and he knows a lot about nutrition. And you know, he advised me, but I was just so desperate. And I knew if you don't eat, your body's going to shut down and start holding on to the calories, and that's what it did. And that then made me want to eat less because I wasn't seeing the change on the scales. I was seeing it in my body, so exercise really does work really well for me, but not on the scales. And it was the scales that was going to matter when we went for the weigh-in. So, you know, the thyroid did play a part in, I think, in the length of time that it took to get 8 stone off. It took 3 years. There's other people who've had lap bands, or who haven't had lap bands, who've taken that much and more off in a year. I'm sure you'll find those people on YouTube. So that was really frustrating because I knew I wasn't cheating. I had some bad days. I'd have a cheat day in the week. Everything could go to pot, and you know, I might fall off the wagon for a week, maybe 2, but I'd get right back on. But I wasn't blending Mars bars. I wasn't deliberately putting obstacles in the way because the end goal was too important. So I know, no matter what anybody says, I know I wasn't. So I know that now, I know that the thyroid played its part, I think, in slowing it down. But what my point is, it's not impossible. The only other thing I would say now is finding the energy to go. I mean, it was hard enough then, but now, you know, I think it'd be even more of a struggle. But that's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I feel. I'm feeling, it's like there's a thought shouting from the back of my head. It's like this little voice, and it's getting louder as the weeks go on. And it's like I remember how good I felt when I was going to the gym, and how good I felt when my body shape was changing, and yeah, when I was seeing the numbers going down on the scale. And I kind of want to do it again. I really haven't wanted to do it for since I got pregnant with William, really. But I know something's changing. I really actually want to go. I want to go to the gym. And I absolutely love chocolate. I love it. I love it. If Andrew's made of chocolate, as much as I love him, I couldn't trust myself not to eat him. I really do love chocolate. And for me, I don't smoke and I don't really drink, but chocolate for me is my absolute vice. I know it is. If I was going to say I'm addicted to something, it would definitely be food generally, but chocolate in particular. I really could just go back in time and kiss the person who kiss every single one of those Aztecs. I think it was the Aztecs, wasn't it? Yeah, I love it. But it's no good, is it? And I've noticed, actually, for the last 3 or 4 days, I just realised this morning, I've found around the house and in different bags, half-eaten bars of chocolate. Now, if you know me, you'll know that's like almost unheard of. If I open a bar of chocolate, it's getting eaten. Gosh, I mean, if it was the size of me, I'd give it a good go, eating it all in one go, because I'm a pig. But the last few days, I've just felt like I want something different, but I just don't know what it is. And last year, I did start having some smoothies, and I kind of I was a bit faddy, and I stopped having them. And I'm thinking I might start that up again. I've got my close personal friend Cookie Taylor. She's the founder of Reach for Raw, as well as being a real life adventurer and explorer. Should go and take a look. She's great. She really is an inspiration. She's just an ordinary person who didn't wait until she was the perfect size 10 and to go out and live. Basically, I was going to say live her dream, which she is doing, but just basically live. You know, she didn't do what we all do and say, oh, I can't do that until I'm, you know, size 10. I can't do that till I'm size 14. Oh, I'm not this or I'm not that. She literally has done it, and just for that alone needs to be admired. She's wonderful, she's inspirational, she's beautiful, she's vibrant. She is, I could cry. She is somebody to be admired. If I had a daughter, I'd want her to be inspired by her. I think she should go into schools. I've worked in schools for 20 years. And when you see Cookie, when you hear her speak, you'll understand why. Children need to know that you don't, yes, health is very important, extremely important. But you can't put your goals on hold. You can't think that you're worthless because you don't look like your friends, because you're bigger than your friends, you're bigger than the people around you. It doesn't mean that you're worthless. It doesn't mean you can't do things. You can live your dreams. You can make things happen. And she's testimony to it. I mean, for goodness sakes. She trekked to base camp. There was a series of unfortunate events that meant that she didn't get exactly to base camp, but she was just a breath away. She's gone to remote islands. Her honeymoon was on I forget now what it's called. It's a red science ship that goes to I think it was the South Pole. I'm sorry, Cookie, if that's the wrong pole. Who does that? She does it, and when you see her, you'll understand why she does it. She's amazing. Yeah, I'm just talking about Cookie Taylor. Really, I'll put the links in the descriptions part underneath or beside the video. I don't know where. I suppose it depends what device that you're using. She's got quite a few different. She's got a Facebook page, YouTube channel, she's got all sorts of things. But like I was saying, I think she's going to start doing some hopefully inspirational talking, and I do keep saying to her she needs to include, I think, children in that in her inspirational talks, because I just think it's so important. The way we're portrayed in media isn't, I said that wrong. What we're seeing growing up are the perfect people. You know, adventurers are slim and fit and handsome or beautiful, just depicted in a certain way. Beauty is, you know, we're shown in a girl is, you know, size 8, blue eyes, blonde hair. I don't know, I just think growing up as the fat kid, and you're not seeing people who represent you on billboards or advertisements unless it's as a joke. You don't look a lot, especially if you're a bit of a geek like I was. You know, you don't look like your fashionable friends, you're not slim, you're the funny one. You know, you don't think an awful lot of yourself, and you know, the people that you're shown that make things of their lives are these slim, intelligent, fit people, and if you don't think that you fit into this box, you feel like you can't, how could you aspire to that? And if you do have those dreams, you're just being silly. And you know, kids are affected quite badly about what they feel like they should be and everything that they're not. And you know, it doesn't go away, I don't think, not fully. And then somebody like Cookie comes along, who, like I say, is just an ordinary girl, has had her ups and downs, hasn't had the strongest of confidence, hasn't always thought that much of herself, and then just something clicked inside of her, and you know, she's always been adventurous. I always call her my butterfly, because she flits from thing to thing. You know, she just wants to see everything, and touch it and experience it, and then just something kicked in, and she decided she wasn't going to let her weight or herself stop her. She was going to do these things, and she didn't just talk about it, she actually did it. How many of us sit here and we talk about doing things and we stand in our own way? And she did it, and she didn't have bags of money to do it, she just made it happen. She made different things happen, and she's still doing it now. And that's why I think she's an inspiration, and not just to me, and not just to the thousands and thousands of people that follow her on Facebook and on her different channels, and I'm not going to cry again. But she's just an inspiration for anybody out there, that you have one life, and to grab it by the horns and blow what anybody else thinks, and that anybody else telling you can't climb that mountain, and you just can't do it. She's decided she'll be the judge of that. If she can't do it, she can't do it. But she'll be the judge of it. She'll try and do it. And she'll find out if she can or she can't. And I think that's admirable. And that's why I love her. I think she's great. And I really, really think that you should have a little look. Like I started saying, she's the founder of Reach for Raw. Now, a lot of people seem to get the wrong end of the stick. And I can kind of see how, and so does she. When they find her site, a lot of people don't read the description, especially of her Facebook page, correctly, and just instantly assume that it's a vegan site because, you know, Reach for raw food lifestyle. But it's not her. The whole idea of it was the fact that she didn't reach for anything raw. She, like myself, except I haven't made the change, had quite a poor diet, and then just one day she decided enough was enough and she reached for raw. So she reached for more fruit and she reached for more vegetables, and she didn't always get it right, and she still doesn't always get it right, and she's the first to admit it. But she doesn't hide the fact. She talks about it, and she's learned. She literally, you see, she's documented her journey right from the beginning. From the first day she had her epiphany and she cleared out the cupboards, and she takes you on the journey with her. With the ups and downs. The whole idea is it's there to encourage, support, inspire people to maybe move away from eating meat or as much meat, and eating more, not even just raw fruit and veg, just incorporating more fruit and veg into your lifestyle. And that's what her site's about. Her thing is she's there and for everybody, and she wants the people who are coming along her journey along with her to be supportive of everybody regardless, and to be encouraging, and that's what I love about her too. So like I say, I'll put in some links to some of her sites, and if I'm clever enough I might even put a bit of a video in in this video if I can figure out how to do it. I'm not sure how to do that, so I'm going to have to Google that. So anyway, the reason why I'm talking about cooking is that it was from her that I started you know, incorporating smoothies and things like that last year. Because I'm a bit of a 5-minute wonder, it went by the wayside. But I'm feeling I'm actually missing that now. So I've been looking at her videos a bit more. I've been, you know, looking through my Pinterest page at smoothies and things like that again, and I'm feeling quite inspired. So I'm thinking, it's Sunday, the shop's shut at 4. It's just gone 1:30 So I think I'm gonna get myself to the shops and pick up some fruit and just some things for this week. I don't know what this is. I haven't planned. I didn't think right in the new year I'm going to go on a diet. I didn't think in the new year I'm going to start eating healthily. I'm going to join a gym. I think that sometimes for me is a bit of a downfall when I do that. It's just been some sort of weird feeling that's been creeping up on me. So I'm going to listen to it, have a go. If I can't do it, I can't do it, but I won't know, will I, until I try. And I'm not saying I'm going raw. I'm just saying I'm going to start doing it the cooking way. I'm going to give myself a break. I'm not going to be so hard on myself. I'm going to incorporate some fruits and veggies more than I normally have, and see where we go from there. And then, if I can afford it, I would like to join a gym. I know you don't have to join a gym. I could go out walking right now if I wanted to. I could grab a couple of tins of beans and do it that way. But I'm quite the procrastinator, and if I'm at home I probably won't do it. So it's always worked better for me actually leaving the house with my things. I end up more focused that way and going somewhere, so we'll see. Watch that space. Also, I know what else it was. I weighed myself this morning and I was, oh, don't want to say it out loud, but I was 15 stone 2. I'll have to work out what that is in pounds later. Now, 2 weeks ago I was 15 stone 9. When I'd lost the 8 stone to have the baby, I was 13 stone 2. So still quite a porker by a lot of people's standards. But for me, it's the thinnest I've ever been, even when I was at school. And I felt great, and especially going to the gym, like my body shape completely changed. With being as big as I was, yeah, I did have some loose skin. I'm not going to say it was pretty underneath the clothes, but I felt a lot better at 13 stone 2, although I was quite gaunt and any chest I had completely disappeared. I ended up looking like I had to a golf ball in a pair of socks. Wasn't pretty. Ended up wearing, I think I used to wear like a padded bra and a regular bra just to make it look like I had any chest. Ironically, the place that I really wanted it to go was my bum, and it didn't go down an awful lot, just sort of firmed up, which was, I suppose, a small blessing. 13 stone 2 I felt really happy at. If I can get there again, that would be great. And I was thinking this morning, well, what are you going to do? You know, you're 15 stone 2 right now. That's 2 stone away from the 13 stone 2 where you were happy. Or are you going to wait until you're 13 stone 9? 15 stone 9, sorry. Or back up to 16 stone, or back up to 21 stone. Are you going to wait until it's harder, or are you just going to get a grip and try and do it now when you've got a bit of a head start? So maybe that's what's nagging me. I don't know. I might not do it, you know. I might not do it. But the thought's there anyway. Maybe I will. We'll see. But I'll say goodbye now. It's just where I am at the moment. Take care. Bye.